up, YouTube? Stack44 coming in with another video. What happens when you don't reach the point of self-awareness? Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to all my new subscribers, all my regular subscribers, and if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscription button in the corner of your screen. Hit that notification bell as well, and you get all my videos sent straight to your phone or your device as soon as I put one on YouTube. But let's get right into this video. What happens when somebody do not reach the point of self-awareness? You know, a lot of times I get consultations when the problem within that person is the self-awareness of not knowing what they got themselves into and not using what they got themselves into as fuel to change, to make the change. And sometimes I have to direct them to where they're at, where they was, and where they going, you know, and that's what life is about, guys. Life is more about your protection and worry about the affection later. And I'll get into that in a minute. But I feel like the devil's playground is to distract you on a daily basis. When you look at social media and other outlets of the internet, it's to distract you from who you are as a person. You know, God gave everybody will to do what they want to do. But at the same time, some of you guys are driving in the wrong lane and don't understand that you're on a crash course or a dead end in your life, and you putting yourself in a hole on a daily basis by doing the things that you think is important, but then you wake up and you be a certain age and you like, you know what, it wasn't important. But we're not here for all the negative. This video is gonna pull out what we can do to become self-aware and the best versions of ourselves, because you know, I always tell you guys, it's you versus you, plan, purpose, program. You have to realize that you have to evaluate yourself and go from there. You can't worry about how you got here. You just got to know where you're going. So, you know, I feel like it's 5 things that are very important that we need to put in head of our life to make sure that we end up hitting our self-awareness button and have our antennas up to be very, very self-aware about what we're doing in our life. And first thing is always, and I'm going to say it right now, I'm going to give the list off, is your spiritual, your mental, your financial, your physical, and your emotional. Because first thing I always say about spiritual, guys, is you can't do anything without God helping you. You can't even do anything with the Most High not in your life. You have to put him in your life because he created you and he know your strengths, he know your weaknesses. And by praying and following your spiritual gifts and understanding your mindset, and he the only one to understand your mindset, and putting him first will help you become first in your own life. So make sure you jump on your spiritual as soon as you can, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what other people think. It's matter what you think and what you know, the validation that you give God, and you get it back from God by praying to him and working on things you need to work through. Follow that inner voice in your head. Stop following everybody else. Follow your inner voice. All right. Number 2, mentally. I always tell you guys to plan. Your mental has to be planned away. As a man that's a high value man, and I consider myself a high value man, on a daily basis, I have a plan for what I'm going to do today, tomorrow, next week, and up going forward. Not saying this plan always works, because sometimes when you make a plan, you have to move around the plan because things go bad sometimes, and you have to be sensible to understand that problems will happen. You know, I always said in some of my early videos, a sensible man watches for problems and prepares to meet them. The fool never looks ahead. So when you know you got to work out, you know you got to hit the financial, you know you got to do all these things have to be programmed in your mind, because if they're programmed in your mind, you will hit the goal. So number 3, financial. Let's just get financial right out the way, because a lot of times we only know what we know when it comes to finances. And if you did not grow up with parents teaching you finances, you need to go hit the bank, talk to your bank, Well, actually, if you don't have a bank, get a bank. A financial advisor is somebody that can help you. You know, it's always, you know, people always say, one day I'm going to do this, one day I'm going to do that. Not one day, today. Start today, because one day is always the day one from you not doing what you have to do. You know, if you go, I know a lot of people is tetrified of trying to see what they, you know, if they could buy a house, credit score, whatever. I remember when I bought my house, I was, at first I'm thinking like, I don't know. I mean, I knew my credit was good, but I thought I was going to have to put a lot of money down. There's programs that you don't have to put a lot of money down for a house, or no money at all. And I didn't have to put no money at all. So instead of thinking about it, go do the research. That's what this is all about. And that's why you guys are listening to my channel most of the time, is to better yourself in some point, to understand what I say or what the next content creator says as well, because at the end of the day, we should all be helping each other out. That's a little tangent, but what I'm saying with the financial is go check out what you have to do, because that's part of your plan. Your plan is part of, you know, today you may check it out, but you might not be able to do what you think you want to do financially until maybe 6-7 months from now. And that's why you got to have your spiritual, your mental, and your financial together. And it moves me on to number 4, physical. If your physical is not in order, or if it's in order, you know, I work out still at least 3-4 times a week, and make sure I have my plan and my purpose in the gym of what I want to work on and how I want to work on it. So make sure you guys, it always starts with the mental. Before the look comes, you got to have the mental. If you don't have the mental, the look will never come. So if you want to lose weight, gain muscle, you have to be mentally strong. But at the same time, with the mentally strong, you have to have a physical program to make sure you want to do this. So that's the number 4. And number 5 is emotional. You know, it's going to go through ups and downs. Whenever you get knocked down, you got to get back up. Whenever a plan don't work out, you got to remake another plan. Your emotional state of mind has to be always positive, or understand that when you see negative things, there will be positive results. So just like this COVID-19 thing, people are staying in the house. People are getting closer to their kids, or sometimes in this day and this time, people are finding out the person that they're with is the person they shouldn't be with. I mean, when there's a negative, there's always a positive, but you have to be willing to go through the storm, or understanding the emotional effects of when things happen. So make sure you guys are applying these 5 things, and I'm going to read them off or say them off one more time. Spiritual, mental, financial, physical, and emotional. Those are the things that you may be good in 3 of them, and 2 of them you're struggling in, and that's messing up your self-awareness. I advise you guys to take so much time on social media and, you know, do it for a purpose, you know, purpose-based content only. That's what you want to see. If you see things that's distracting you and stopping you from growing as a person, get rid of it. You know, I'm all about growth. That's why I always tell you guys to attack your lives. Let's stack up our lives. Let's look to change ahead. Let's get our self-awareness up, and let's help others that's not focus on what they need to focus on. If you interact with somebody in your life and they don't know where they need to be at, help them get there. Don't just get there yourself and then look down on other people, because at some point in your life, you was not the best version of you, and help other people become the best version of themselves. And I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Peace.